Hello, wildlings. I'm your Creepsmith, and you found my Fear Forge. Lucky you. Tonight's woeful warning: The Brood by HopelessNightOwl. I have learned a lot of interesting things while volunteering for the Historical Society of my county. For instance, right now I am in the Society's museum looking at the only known photograph of an unknown insect. The photo itself is a black and white still of a lost, preserved specimen, and it remains the only graphic evidence of a local legend. Though the resolution is poor, the specimen looks quite formidable for its size. A moth-like insect sporting long mandibles and antennae, somewhat resembling a Dobson fly. Apparently, there were swarms of these things in scattered areas throughout our county for several weeks during the summer of 1828. They were mainly active at night, and several sources mention that their red eyes could be seen faintly glowing in the dark. It's unclear exactly what their diet was like, but they were said to have decimated crops and killed several pets, even livestock. One source claims they consumed blood from humans, although that hasn't been corroborated. We do know, however, that they had stingers. A few children and elderly folk died from their stings, which the few physicians who lived in the region at the time were almost completely unable to treat. Except for a couple of primary documents that mention a similar swarm event occurring in 1628 in the same area, this is the only known appearance of these insects. However, recently an entomologist has been working with the Historical Society to explore the story further, with only the photograph and some period documents. He doesn't have many leads, but he has come up with a theory based on the two references to a similar occurrence in 1628. Some insects lie dormant in the ground or within the wood of trees for years at a time, emerging after several years to mate, reproduce, and die, whereupon their offspring burrow back into the earth to repeat the cycle. A well-known example of this is the Magi cicada, which emerges and swarms in 13 and 17-year intervals in many regions throughout the Midwest. Our entomologist believes the strange insects from 1828 were on a 200-year brood cycle, something that he'd previously thought impossible. I pray he's wrong. I hear a lot about how nature is the loving source of all life and the mother to us all. But sometimes they forget to tell you the other part of that figure, the devouring mother, the 100% raging psychopath who's out to kill you 90% of the time. That's the sort of thing you might want to remember. Stay scary, wildlings, and make the most of your nights.